All right, we're back again with part two, and we are still discussing Casey Anthony. So let's pick it up where we left off. And then there were questions in there that I didn't even get answered, even with her documentary. Like, who is the father of this child?
I was gonna say, wasn't there like a weird boyfriend
So the
involved?
baby
or
was
something?
2.
That's terrible.
So, like, she was engaged to somebody that she ended up breaking it off. And then she had a boyfriend that was like a DJ, like at the time of the murder. I'm gonna say it.
Yeah.
Um, but it's just it's really really sad to see because there were a lot of missed opportunities.
Yeah.
Like the guy that found the body that called it in had called it in August. They found her body in December. And he had called it in August when he had seen like a trash bag and I believe the skull in August. And people said that they were going to come out. You know, they get so many tips and stuff. I understand that. But if you're that close to the house and somebody is telling you something multiple times, like he called like 3 times back to back to be like, hey, somebody's not come out yet, blah, blah, blah. Because he's like a meter worker. So he's like, you know, checking meters and whatever.
Yeah.
So nobody said anything. So then when he goes back and he just happens to be like scheduled in that area again, he comes across the same bag and he can see the skull. So then he tells his supervisor, like, hey, can you call this in for me? Because I'm getting nowhere. I'm getting nowhere here. And like they could have had the body earlier.
They could have had probably cause of death.
Right. They probably could have had a bunch of evidence more. Like they didn't have anything. Even on the duct tape, like there was no DNA anymore because animals has gotten to the bag and like tore it open. So sun elements and everything had gotten onto everything.
That's a long time. That's like almost half a year. Like
Right,
just sitting
right.
there.
Yeah.
And Florida's hot weather, high humidity, high sun, like and it's wet.
So she basically
season,
melted.
I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna repeat that, but
Can we scratch that out? Just kidding.
we might keep it for comic relief.
It's part of my humor.
Okay.
They can't see it, but I'm winking.
Okay, we just gonna say verbally she did wink. I don't know if we all bought it, but suspect. But I thought the dad was really weird.
Her
Like
dad.
his
Casey
yeah.
Well,
Why?
you
What did
know,
he do?
apple tree.
Well, I mean,
You know,
he was a cop, so like you have some of that sort of like
he has
So
that
it's
perspective.
like if something
I feel like
happened
he has that
here,
perspective
yeah,
though. Of
they would
like,
be a little bit calmer, but he
Yeah.
was like awkward calm.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, you know, little something.
That's weird.
You know what's going on here. You covering up something? What's happening? Tell me to cover up. I should have been on the site. 2008, we probably would have gotten to the bottom of it.
Exactly.
Yes, because I would have been like, listen, we're going to have a family meeting.
Oh, you're in the family now.
I don't know what y'all are doing.
Patricia Anthony, you heard it here
I
first.
don't know what y'all doing. But y'all need to come on with these stories.
Here first on
'Cause
side
y'all doing
note,
some
Patricia
stuff-
Anthony.
Listen, because then she up here saying like her brother raped her. But then she's saying now her father raped her.
Oh.
And that's why she wasn't in the
So,
house
like,
by
was
herself.
she ever,
Because
like,
she would never
clinically
leave the
diagnosed?
baby alone with the dad. But you just saying that you have faith that he was gonna reunite you. What you talking about? You can't have one and what you
No.
doing? No.
So, She's
You
like
can't fly.
clinically insane, right?
They technically did tests on her, like
They test
multiple
on her.
people.
That was my
and
next
she
question.
did not have any of the factors that were indicators on your psychopathy of being a psychopath or
Okay, well, I want to see this psychopathy.
wow, we'll put a test on you, girl, because
No, I'm just funny.
you're doing the most. The most.
Psychopathy.
But I don't know, that was just weird.
Yeah.
Because it was like,
You know, things tend to get weird when you kill your own freaking daughter.
well, look, I don't even think she killed her. I just think it's negligence. Girl was using pills, was drinking, and then, you know, something happens and you panic because you don't know how to fix it.
Yeah.
They had a pool. Like, that's what I most likely
Well,
think
that stinks because
happened.
you can't even check if there was like water in her lungs.
Right.
True. Yeah.
The only thing, you kind of like take factors like there were no shoes there. There were no, so they're trying to think of like what she have been doing in the moment. So they would think that she'd be like at the house if the mom fell asleep
She's
and didn't wake up.
Two, like
kid
how is
wanders,
the 2-year-old not
goes into the
supervised?
pool? Well, that's part of the problem.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm not the only one that was in the house. Something would happen to him because he used to smothered me. Not trying to say that child abuse is not, you know, alive in action here in the public now, but I feel like you can't. This is gonna come off as extremely asshole-ish. I don't want to say that you can't be a multiple victim of things, but it's pretty rare that only her is, you know, raped by her father, raped by her brother, and then the father of the baby was from a rape at a party. Like,
that's a lot.
that's a lot.
Like the boy who cried wolf. Like she's
How you
crying
got,
rape.
like,
No,
the lottery
that
of
is true.
victims. Like,
With
what's
literally like
happening?
every male she has interacted with.
Exactly.
And the people, what I felt really strange was the people that she confided in first, according to her documentary, were people that were already victims, like also had that childhood trauma. So I don't know if she's just like the mentalist and good at reading people and like, okay, I can see what's going on here, so this is the person I'm gonna confide in. Or if that person brought up the topic first and then she was like, okay, I'm gonna bring this up because they're gonna be sympathetic because they've also been through that.
Yeah.
But how are you gonna have that many traumas happen to you and the first people you tell are people with trauma as well?
No.
Like, that's like too much in one thing to be a coincidence.
It is. It's not a coincidence.
Like, it's too awkward for me.
Exactly.
So I was like, I don't know. I can't.
Yeah. I do
Okay.
get that though. It's like, how do you get raped by so many?
Right.
I don't know. Like,
And again, like I said, it comes off real,
No,
like, victim shaming and blah, blah, blah. But I don't know. It just seems like too convenient for her. And I hope it's not all true and here I am just shaming away for you.
I know.
But I just feel like it's too much.
It's
too much. And now she has like a new life. And like basically her whole defense team has like adopted her.
I don't like that.
So like she works with the one guy on like, imagine like you're like
What?
going to
Did he
court
rape
for
her too?
something and like here comes her. I'm taking notes. I'm helping.
No.
Man, what you doing here?
I can't feel sorry for
You should be
people who like
locked up.
create a sob story over and over again just because they want attention.
Exactly.
Like
Yeah.
I just can't.
Annoying.
Like if you don't do something about it the first time, or if you don't change the way that things are happening to you, or how you react to them the first time, I don't feel sorry for you. I don't.
Well, here's the thing too. So they start off the documentary with her going to this rental house that's gonna be for her and for the film cast, right?
Yeah.
And they start off like, so why couldn't we like go to your house and like record you and do that? And she's like, oh, because I want my privacy and you know this, that, and the other, and I have a roommate. Like I
Okay,
said,
so let's
she don't
create
want
a
to say a boyfriend,
documentary.
but like that's what they led into. Like it was
Yeah.
some kind of life partner that she lived with that she
Yeah.
wanted to have separate. But very convenient because she brought out like so many pictures of like her and the baby and all these things. It's very easy for you to portray whatever you want us to think that you're living your life as.
That's true.
And like control the narrative, where I was like, oh, okay, I don't know if I believe that.
Yeah.
It's like, even if I was going to do a documentary, I wouldn't take every picture off the wall to bring with me, because that's a little, like, you're doing the most. Well, you're doing too much.
That's clearly just who she is.
Well, that's my point, is that I don't think that's who she is in her house. But if,
maybe
if she invited you into her home and you didn't see pictures of the little girl up, that would be scrutinized.
Yeah.
But if she has you go to this other house and she brings like all these 20 photos, like, oh, this is what I have up all the time. Like, why would I not put it up? I'm going to put it up in my room here too.
Exactly.
Okay, you're doing the most.
Yeah.
Like,
that is.
who are you trying to prove this for? For me? For you? Like, who?
Yeah.
Like, that was the thing. She like pushed it too much.
She did.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like 20 pictures she brought.
So much.
Yeah.
Albums.
That's
pictures for the
weird.
wall. Pictures for the nightstand. Pictures, everything. I'm like, I don't believe this is how you actually have your room. Like, this is your room.
No, there's no way.
Yeah.
Then why wouldn't they just film there in the first place?
Right.
Like,
it was very like set up.
yeah.
So I was like, I don't know if I can believe all this.
Yeah.
It's a little too much. We do have something funny.
Aside from me.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So we work with a coworker.
Wait, what are you laughing about?
We work with
What
a
am I missing?
coworker that is, I would like to say, comic relief
Who?
for me and Catie.
Who is it? Me? Is it me?
No.
Girl, no. I'm sorry, but
Who is it? No, girl.
But we work with a lot of people who are comic relief, whether
This
it's in their life or they
person-
try.
This person is a little temperamental.
Okay,
You know, he
there's
gets
a
in
lot.
his moods and
Okay,
he
so
gets
it's
in
a
his
he.
mood swings. But he
Is
just
it-
had a birthday.
Oh, it's Leo. Okay.
Supposedly
It's Leo.
today. So we would like to say happy birthday to little Paul's Leo.
Oh my god.
That's gonna be his new name.
I don't know if I'm gonna call him that.
Little Paul's.
Because then he'll try to be like, little Paul, you want me little Paul? It's too much. It's too much.
And whenever like Katie's not here and it's just me, he's like, "Oh no, Patricia, how will you ever laugh today? Katie is not here. What's going on?" And then as soon as he sees her, Patricia, tell Katie what happened yesterday. Tell her. Katie, ask
He did
Patricia.
that today, and he was
Ask
explaining it in
Patricia.
front of Catie, and he was like, yesterday I asked Caila to be my girlfriend, and she said, I said, no, first of all, you're telling the story wrong. That is not what happened. Yesterday you asked me if I could be your girlfriend, and I literally said to you, if that's fine, under one condition, I don't want to see you. And he said, no, I'd have to see you 4 days a night. I said,
mean, there
no.
was a car in this discussion too.
Oh yeah, no. It was
Conveniently-
fully because I'm out on a limb here and I need a
Yeah.
car.
You're like conveniently forgetting this. You're like, oh, just a simple ask.
I was
Meanwhile,
because he said,
Barbie up here driving
Yeah.
a convertible, trying to talk about, do I know you?
who's driving a convertible?
Ma'am, it's implied.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
guys, I'm tired. I'm
Tracy,
tired.
get her another wine, girl. No, but he is too much.
He's way too much. I was like, Leo, you're telling everyone everything wrong, and now it's gonna seem weird.
He is out of control, girl.
Because
He
the
told
answer's
me
always
he
no.
is.
The
With
answer's
you, it's
always
not
no.
choice. So he told me the other day, he was like, oh, Patricia, you always like cock blocking me with these little girls here. I said, sir.
Keyword little and
said-
girls.
If you were able to get with any of these girls, you would have got with them with
And-
or without my mouth.
That is so
And
gross.
he was like, no, but you doing this. I said, you
Like-
always saying like they so young. I'm like, cause they are. One.
But second of all, like, you're also like this little
then
man
look,
in the
and then
kitchen.
he's like,
Like,
but
why
then
would
I-
everyone
look,
want you?
He's like,
Like,
then I see
no.
them on Instagram with these big black guys. And here comes Tracy out of nowhere, out the front. But you don't look like a big black guy, Leo. She said you missing some parts, buddy. Oh my god.
God.
I could have died right there.
No.
Right there.
Oh my god.
And that was the
Well,
big thing.
because he
Patricia,
he used to tell
tell
me.
Catie what happened Sunday.
Yeah, so like we have no supervision right now because Patricia just went to get the door for someone. It's still going. Oh yes, it's still going. Okay, so hello friends. It's a Caila takeover. It's full Caila takeover. But anyway, oh she's back. Okay,
Girl.
we were just talking to my friends.
What happened?
We're talking to my friends.
What friends?
I have a bunch of friends.
What friends?
What friends? What you talking about?
Nothing. Anyway.
Kitty box friends? What you talking about?
No. No, and my friends in here. Ding ding.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know about that girl. I don't know about that.
Like you should try to record just one day of like everyone being here, like every side comment, like fuck shit, tit, all that stuff. Cause like you know all those comments happen, especially today.
No to this.
Especially today. Today was a nightmare.
Oh, really?
Yeah, today was a nightmare. It was just so busy and like everyone was just getting seated at the same time and it was just so like it was easy. It was manageable for sure, but it was just like one thing after another. And if it was manageable for you, then someone complained.
No, true.
Seriously, like if you were in the weeds, but like people saw you working, they were fine. But if you were like about to be in the weeds, but like you were still managing, you're doing fine, somebody complained to get you in the weeds.
You're like, no, what happened?
Oh my god, that one table I had to deal with today. I was like, listen. I was like, I'm doing my best here. I'm just a broke girl that needs to go back to grad school and needs to get a car. So like, I don't need you right now doing all the this, that, and the other shit.
Girl, somebody got loud with me on the phone talking about we didn't give them.
Did they use
their
a lot of
beer.
language?
We didn't give them the beer. I said, what beer?
What?
My son, they bought a beer and you guys didn't give it to him. I said, well, that's something you pick out the cooler. So I'm confused.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, it's not there. I said, well, just send them in for another one. I don't know what to tell you. Like,
Exactly.
what's going to happen here?
Oh my god.
And then she was like, well, how am I eat my food? You didn't give me any silverware. We don't give silverware to go. I said, do you want some? We have some. She's like, no, I just want you to know, like, that's inappropriate. I said, well, that's the policy, so
Yeah,
if
like
you
we're
want
not just gonna
silverware,
give it out
I'm
because
gonna
some people
need
don't
you
use
to-
it. Some people prefer to use
I'm
their
going to need you just to ask for it. We can
silverware at
obviously
home.
give it to you.
Yeah.
She was like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, no, my
What?
my
I said,
table told me
okay.
that there was a hair on their plate, and I was like, first of all, this hair is looking a lot like yours because ain't nobody in the kitchen have a light brown little piece of hair. But you know who has a light brown piece of hair? You at this table. But I was like all generic.
Pull out the DNA kit.
I
Here
was
we go.
I was like, I was looking at it and I'm like, okay. And she's like, and my chicken's cold. And I'm like, okay. I was like, okay. I'm getting all generic and stuff. I'm like, I'm so sorry about that. I can go get you a new one.
I mean, one could say sincere. I don't know about generic.
No, it was just like my generic answer aside from like, I'm really just irritated.
That's a good response.
like,
That's my generic.
no, but I was literally just like, okay, like just trying to say everything right. And then like, she's like, and I'd really like to just speak to a manager. I was like, fine,
Oh my god.
fine.
Did someone go out?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was just like, ugh. I just need this day to end. And then they sat the nicest table that I ended with. Which, like, that's the thing. Like, I have one table that complains, but, like, the people who were sitting next to them, they were like, I just want you to know, like, you're doing a great job. Like, we saw that whole thing go down, and, like, you were doing great. Like,
Yeah.
I genuinely just think they were, like, itching to complain about something.
Right.
And then the last table I got was just so nice. Like, they were literally, I was just like, okay, this is nice. But you sometimes get people like that who are just like, just itching to complain.
Well, not only that, but we
Exactly.
don't 100% know. I do try to think
In the shoes of the
Right.
customer.
they could have
right.
Yeah.
had the worst day of their life. They could have gotten
Right.
bad news. They
I
could have
know.
gotten something that's like
Mhm.
irritating them.
Yeah.
So I try not to take things that I know
No,
either
and that's
aren't
why
not
I was
necessarily
like,
factual, but aren't
Yeah.
correctly
Right.
persuade that I try not to take that to heart. Like
Yeah.
I can fix what I can fix and more than capable of doing that for you.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm not gonna like I'm not gonna let somebody like curse me out up front or something.
No.
I'll be
and that's
Exactly.
why,
like I said, that's a lot of language. That's a lot of
it's
language.
a lot of language.
That's all I say. That's a lot of
Lot
language,
of
sir.
language.
I'm gonna need you to zip it up or we not gonna help you.
No, exactly.
It's too much.
It is.
There's too much language.
Yes.
But
And
I
it
was
catches
like-
people off guard because they're like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah, you should check yourself.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But like, you
Because
know what's
that's
annoying
allowed.
is like I was in a
Yeah.
rhythm all day. I was,
Not
I was
four
in a
words,
like I was
four
in a
letters,
good
get outta
rhythm.
here.
The whole day I was like,
Knock it off.
got my food, got my salads. Like I was going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden,
It's
excuse me. We've been waiting a little bit. Then she sends her daughter over to me. So that the little girl's like, excuse me, where's our food? And I'm like, first of all, like, do you want me to just cry in a corner? Like, this little girl is adorable and she's just asking me where her food is.
Break
Like,
my
yeah.
heart. Like, the
literally,
little kid
like,
from
break my heart. Give me, you know what? Give me 2
the
minutes. I'm gonna
Precious
go back
Little
there and cook it.
Princess. Stop
Literally, like, let me
it.
go back there and cook it myself. Like,
The
that's how
little
adorable it was.
Whoville children.
Yeah.
literally.
Like, that's how adorable it was. But like,
Hey,
I'm
Mom,
so,
please, where's
so-
my food?
oh my god, I literally went up to her. I was like, "It's coming, sweetheart," and I ran into the kitchen. I'm like, "Give me their food now." But like, it was just like little things, and I'm like, "You were complaining. You see a full dining room. You see a full bar, like." That, and I feel like that's a lot of things that people don't really take into consideration is like you don't know every situation that the
Yeah.
server or that the kitchen's going through.
Which
So
I
like,
do get that,
come on.
but again, devil's advocate. Love to play that. Side
I
note,
know.
definitely should watch that movie too.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Devil's advocate is so
I
good.
have to watch it.
You've never seen it?
No.
Oh,
I haven't seen it either.
that is worth your day off. It is so good. Side note, we gonna put that on the top 20 list. It's on it. I get that, like, we want to say like, oh, but things happen and be patient, but that's not what they're here for.
Yeah.
So it don't
No.
really matter to them.
exactly.
To them,
Which
well,
is
then you
fair.
should have had more people. You should have been prepared. You should have,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like
I
that's
know.
not their
Well, and that
problem
I
to
get, but like,
overcome.
Yeah, but
And the problem is,
But it's when people-
consistently,
it's when-
happening.
right? It's when
'Cause that's
people
no
catch an
longer like,
attitude. Yeah.
Oh, this is just random, and we're busy, and we're weeded.
it,
I
yeah.
think
it
what
seems
was
like
my
that's
main
happening
issue today
more.
was like when
Uh-huh.
people start to catch an attitude and they're like, "Well, I know it's not your fault, but you're still catching an attitude with me." So like,
Yeah.
Well, because they hungry, girl. Get
I-
the little girl some food.
True. It's the
Listen.
hangry.
They hungry.
the hangry people, I don't want to mess.
They're
with
like,
them.
okay, you nice, but where my food at?
Exactly.
Like, here, have some bread. Have a nice
This
snack.
little lettuce
I know.
with one tomato. It's not gonna. It's not gonna do it. It's not gonna do it. At least give me like a little bruschetta.
Well,
Uh,
the tomatoes they've been getting are so tiny. I have to put 3 of the
Yeah.
halves on
I
it.
said, look at these tomatoes. Somebody pulled out my garden and tried. She said, what? I said, yeah, I got these tomatoes from my garden. They up here dicing up little cherry tomatoes. Y'all stop it.
Oh my
No.
God.
No, I
like
made a
what I'm
caprese.
saying.
I put like 12 slices on it.
It's so bad.
Like, I don't know. Normally the tomatoes are like so big.
I
And
know.
you're like, oh, so big, obnoxious. Now I'm like, where you
Exactly.
Where you at? I take all that back. Take it all back. Goldilocks. Get me the middle. Where's the middle tomato? Where's the average?
This
Where
is for
is
Baby
it?
Bear.
Right. Where's the average? Probably some tomatoes, little paws. And like got out his little garden or something. A little tomato vine.
Mm-hmm.
He'd be like, these tomatoes are perfect. I love that.
No.
Perfect.
Patricia, why are you so excited?
Tomatoes are probably the size of his sweaters.
Like, ask Catie why she laughing. Ask Catie. I'm like, what am I asking her? You're like, you know.
Oh my god. Oh, Tracy's turn.
Look, he came over.
I think it's call time.
Listen, he tasted the desserts, right?
Oh,
He came over.
yes.
And he was like quiet. Look, Caila, he like bit into. He was like, good. Okay.
We so serious.
Oh
Just
my
wait.
God.
Okay.
I can't.
All right, ladies. Well, we're gonna wrap up this episode. So, welcome to Eden. I don't think I'm gonna put it on the top 20 list per se. It is a really good show,
It is.
and I do suggest people to watch it.
I don't think I'm
Yeah.
gonna watch it.
I would have to
But-
see season 2 to see if like
It's
they're
worth
able
to,
to like
keep
build it
going.
into a brand.
If it's
That's
slow
true.
now,
To
like it
make
might
it
not be
something.
good in a second.
It's not slow now. You pay
saying.
attention to the details. The first couple episodes. This
Oh,
girl,
Yeah, only like 2.
you're like a big story reader. How can you not like
I know.
understand
I
a
love
slow
books.
start?
I love books.
True.
No, I've been
Right.
reading this one book for so long because it's such a slow start, and I'm like, I
Oh,
might just,
that's funny.
I might just like, no,
That's funny,
like I
really?
can't get through
You
it.
should
So
just
like,
quit it. Just
I
throw
honestly
the book
thought about
away.
it today.
Throw it away.
I
Throw the
thought
book
about
away.
quitting it today.
Donate it to the
Whoa.
library.
Uh-huh.
Like everyone keeps telling me this book gets better, and I'm just like, when?
Wow.
When? What page? When?
We agree. Welcome to Eden is a plus. So we'll look out for season 2. Y'all will see Devil's Advocate because it's good. And we
Yeah.
will keep an eye on Blood and Water.
Mhm.
Hopefully, Kayla's suggestion is not a thumbs down.
It's literally not. I'm telling
Okay,
you, it's
I
so
mean,
good. Like you
I
guys are
don't
gonna watch it,
know.
and you're gonna be like,
Uh-huh.
I hope I got nothing to do tomorrow.
I don't know.
Go
I'ma
home and
start-
watch one
I
episode
will.
today.
All right, girl.
I
Tonight
will.
Yeah, go. You do it.
All right.
Okay.
And then when you're like, oh, she was right.
When I'm
I want you
editing
to text
this,
me that I was right.
when I'm editing this, I will put side note. The show was blah blah blah. Kayla, thumbs down or thumbs up.
Oh.
That's what's gonna happen.
Right.
So I mean, you gotta be prime suggestions to be on a podcast. You can't be coming on here with like some little show that you're like, maybe. We up here suggesting Wednesday at the top of the
Oh,
chart.
I heard that was really good.
It is good. You should watch that.
Maybe.
Cause there we go. That's why questionable.
Mm-hmm.
So Blood and Water, we'll give you a try, but no promises.
I got your promise right here.
Okay. So thanks, ladies.
Thanks, Patricia.
All right.
You're welcome.
All right. Goodbye. Okay, guys. Here we are. It's me and Catie.
Yup.
So we just wanted to come back on like we promised. And we both have watched a little bit of this Blood and Water show from Caila. What's your review?
I got 2 minutes in and then I shut it off. So
That's a negative from us, Caila. That's a total negative. We're gonna have to have some kind of back resources. We're gonna have to be like Dino, looking up like Rotten Tomatoes reviews or something before we go on another review from you. So that's our review, is to skip it. Skip it and watch Welcome to Eden.
yeah, girl.
Way better. All right, that's the end of a phenomenal 2-part episode with my favorite girls, Catie and Caila. We found out some really good shows that we love. Welcome to Eden. I 100% suggest that. Phenomenal show. Season 2 is coming out. Take some time during this holiday season and watch it. Very, very good. Cassie Anthony. Definitely worth going back and looking at the documentary and looking at the new documentary put out by her. Lot of questions. So we're here for them. Also, like you heard, Devil's Advocate, an oldie but a goodie. That is phenomenal acting and phenomenal writing. 100% on the top 20 list. So we're updating it now with number 1 still being The Crown. Number 2, Handmaid's Tale. 3, Devil's Advocate, 4, Bridgerton. Coming up with some new shows for you soon. Talk to you later. Bye.